Birchwood School of Hawken.
My name is Sabrina.
And my name is Aya.
This is your 8th grade leadership broadcasting team for the week of May 15th.
Thank you for joining us.
Let's get right into this week's BNN. Today we have birthday announcements, last week's rewind, this week's artifact, Bravo, Birchwood, and classroom spotlight.
But first, Sabrina, can you tell us this week's riddle?
What has 13 diamonds but can cost less than $13?
Submit your answer in the BNN mailbox or email your answer to bnn@birchwoodschool.org by Wednesday at 10 a.m.
The answer to last week's riddle was cumulus, cloud, cover, charge, card, catalog.
The only winners this week were Mrs. Miller, Mrs. Sproul, Mr. Labar, Mrs. Bixler, Mrs. Uechi, and the dynamic duo of Daily Puzzles, Alicia and Mrs. Miaras.
Now for birthdays. 3 Birchwood students will be celebrating their birthdays this week.
Today, May 15th, 2nd grader Arden will be celebrating her 8th birthday.
Have a spectacular day! This Thursday, May 18th, another 2nd grader, Lily, will also be celebrating her 8th birthday.
May all your birthday wishes come true. Last, but certainly not least, kindergartner Nevaeh will be turning 6 this Sunday, May 21st.
We wish you the best birthday ever.
Now, last week's Rewind, 5K edition. It's time for this week's artifact. Let's hear from 2nd grader Kara.
Hello, Birchwood School of Hawken. My name is Kara, and I will share a little bit about this Italian work of art made by one of the greatest artists of all time, Michelangelo. La Pietà is a famous Italian sculpture. It shows Mary holding her son Jesus after he died. Pietà means pity or compassion in Italian. The sculpture is famous because it perfectly shows the Renaissance ideals of balance, detail, and lifelike human form. La Pietà is very large. It's about 6.5 feet tall by 5.5 feet wide. That's approximately the size of Mr. Miller standing up and Mr. Boyer lying down. La Pietà was made from one solid block of marble. Michelangelo was only 23 when he carved La Pietà and said he could see the sculpture in the solid marble. He said it was his job to remove the excess to free the image inside. This is the only piece of art that Michelangelo signed. Story goes that he overheard a visitor giving credit to a rival artist, so he signed his name on Mary's sash. Afterward, he regretted acting without thinking. He He felt it was a prideful action and ruined the beauty of the artwork. Michelangelo vowed never to sign one of his pieces again. La Pietà is one of the many famous Renaissance masterpieces. Some of my other favorites include The School of Athens by Raphael, Mona Lisa and the Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci, The Statue of David in the Sistine Chapel by Michelangelo. I hope you've enjoyed learning about La Pietà and Renaissance art.
Thank you, Kara. That was fascinating. Now, bravo, Birchwood.
Scholastic Scope is a literary publication for middle schoolers featuring adventure, fantasy, folk tales, nonfiction poems, and more.
Scope offers several story contests each month. Birchwood regularly participates in these contests where many students have had the honor of seeing their stories and or names published.
The November 2022 story contest was the Future Contest. Congratulations to 6th grader Sophia Sedaris for her story entitled The Year 2122. The 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 7th, and 8th graders recently took the National Science League contest, where each student took a test of 50 general science questions.
Top scores were sent in to be evaluated on a national level.
Finally, the third quarter awards for 3rd and 4th graders were announced. Let's take a look at the video.
Now, Classroom Spotlight. This week, we shine the spotlight on Mrs. Chu's music program. The students perform the song, Music Changes the World.
In order to make a true change in the world, I will pledge to myself to have acceptance of others, to be more tolerant, to be a kind, considerate person. I will look within myself, and only then can I make a real change in the world.
end the second to last episode of the BNN, we have a few dates to remember.
Tomorrow, Tuesday, May 16th, is a reading day, meaning there will be early dismissal at noon.
Additionally, the 1st through 4th grade poetry show will be this Friday, May 19th. It's going to be a great show. See you there. That's it from us. Thank you for watching and have a great week.